From Western New York, this is Self-Advocacy in Action with your hosts, BJ Stasio and Eric Christian. Our guests today are Eric Bazans and Thomas Jeremy.
Thank you, Abby, for the nice welcome. This is BJ Stasio for Self-Advocacy in Action.
And this is Eric Christian. To my right of me, we have Eric Bazans. How are you today, Eric?
I'm doing well, thank you, Eric. How are you?
I'm very well.
To my left is Thomas Jeremy. Welcome to the show, Thomas.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Eric, would you like to start off with the questions, please?
Sure. Eric, I would like to ask you about community service.
Okay. It's included community service.
Yes.
And what included community service means is that an individual who has a disability has the opportunity to work in as a volunteer in the community and work with people without disabilities, do the same kind of jobs that a person without a disability would do.
Thomas, what do you do to be a part of your community by volunteering? What do you volunteer at?
I volunteer at the
Salvation Army.
Yeah,
right?
the Salvation Army in Taiwan in New York.
And what exactly do you help the Salvation Army with? What is some of your volunteer duties?
My volunteer is to anything to that we need to be unfinished. Whatever we got. Whatever two damn guys got, you need help with.
Now you've been all around the country pretty much volunteering.
Yes.
You volunteered in New Orleans, correct?
Yes.
And you helped people after Katrina, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things that you did?
We went down to help people to work with the market in there and to help them get everything nursing back to where it's supposed to be.
Oh, I'm glad you were there to help. I'm sure you were a great help. We're going to hand it over to Eric now to ask some questions. Thank you very much, Thomas.
So, Eric, could you tell me your role as a volunteer?
Certainly. I've had many different, I've done a lot of volunteering since I graduated high school, and that was due to the fact that I just couldn't seem to find the right quote-unquote program, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything's find a program, but I have volunteered with the TAP program with the elderly over the telephone. I have volunteered in the Self-Advocacy office, and I currently, before I became an AmeriCorps member, and I volunteer currently at CHC Learning Center. And I go there once a month, and I get about 1 to 2 classrooms, sometimes more if necessary. And I facilitate a music program.
Mm-hmm.
They had a music program when I went there for preschool back in my younger days. And that was one of the many things that I remembered. And I had contact with the director, the head director, through family contact for throughout the years. And when I told her that I was doing some volunteer work, she had the idea to bring me back as a volunteer, and I really enjoy it so much that I really want to work there as a paid music therapist. So in fact, they're going to have a barbecue chicken dinner in August, and the tickets are pre-sale. They're $8. If you want more information, you can call Jan Gentz at 204-0355, extension 104.
Sounds good. I think we're going to go back to BJ.
Thank you, Mr. Christian. Thomas, do you have a job that you do during the day along with your volunteering?
No, right now.
How do you think volunteering could help you get a job?
The voluntary, the voluntary for like why people can show up anytime they're going to need do the community service.
Do you think the volunteering that you do would give you confidence when you go to interview for a job? Have you interviewed for jobs before?
No.
But you would like to get a job someday. Would you like to get a job at the Salvation Army?
Yes.
Well, maybe volunteering could give you the confidence to do that. Would you say that's true for our audience watching?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Bazance, if you don't mind, I would like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, BJ, and Abby, you can fill in for me anytime.
No, that was nice of you to say that to Abby. But here's the question I have for you. Now, what are some of the problems with actually getting a job that you can tell us about? What do you feel are some of the issues toward getting paid employment?
Oh, for one thing, there's a lot of different attitude barriers on both the parts of the employers and the individuals. One problem is that individuals aren't educated as to what their rights are. They think that they're often told by well-meaning people that if you work, you're going to lose all your benefits. You're going to lose all your services. You could lose all your Medicaid. That's not necessarily true.
Have you been told that?
I most certainly have.
How has that made you feel?
Very, very, very upset, very uncomfortable.
Thank you.
And I have this attitude that, you know what? I want to be a regular, contributing member of society, just like everyone else.
If you don't mind, I'm going to hand it off to my co-host now to answer some questions. I don't want to take up the whole show. Go ahead.